Hi everyone, Sam from DMTI. Today we're going to talk about a really nice geometry warm-up where you can focus on a series of three shapes. That's why the nickname of this warm-up is called a triad. But it's similar to the which one doesn't belong activities that are really popular. Basically what you do is you give kids three different shapes and let them generate a rule that makes one of them not belong. So they'll say, I don't think A, B, or C belongs with the other two, and then listen to their ideas for why they don't think they belong. Now, the most popular shape from the three I've drawn here that kids would say doesn't belong would be B. That comes from a lot of different reasons. If kids are older and know some things about angles, they might say, well, it looks like B is the only one that has right angles, and the others clearly don't have right angles. So that would be a really good way to say that B doesn't belong. But younger kids and even some older kids might say that B doesn't belong because they see A and C as being a triangle and then almost a triangle. So one thing you can do is get their ideas and then say, okay, I have a rule that says one of these shapes doesn't belong. See if you can figure out what the rule is. And that's a nice way to address that misconception that just because this shape or things like yield signs or a slice of pizza sort of look like a triangle, they're not technically a triangle. You can help with that by saying, okay, this shape is the one that doesn't belong. Why do you think that A doesn't belong? And that might get some students who just initially might think A and C fit together, meaning B shouldn't be there. They actually start investigating, well, what is different about A? And they can actually go in and count the sides. Now, when you do this, something to help connect to perimeter later is to start at some 0 point here and say 1, 2, 3. So actually counting the full side, not just tapping the sides like that. That will help with some linear measurement ideas, as well as reinforce what perimeter is, which is the surrounding lengths of the shape. So then looking at A, say, oh, that has 3, then counting B has 4, and then coming to C and realizing that if our rule is about the number of sides, B and C are more similar, even though just visually they don't look as much alike as A and C. A couple other suggestions on triads would be closed versus non-closed figures, line segments versus curves or arcs. A couple other pieces might be the types of angles, concave versus convex. You can take it and make this activity pretty complicated depending on the age range of kids you're working with.